Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is December 9, 2023, and it's being reported that Ronald Araujo met with Bayern Munich. Also, Joan Laporta has declared Barcelona's intention to sign both Joaos and that negotiations will begin pretty soon. And finally, Alberto Moleiro continues to be linked with FC Barcelona. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. All of this goes a long way in helping this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you head to Kitbag, where they're currently having an end of the year sale. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you head to Bet Us, where they're currently having a special offer for all new signups. Both links for Kitbag and Bet Us are down below in the description. Now we'll begin with the news that Barcelona are set to face off against Girona tomorrow, Sunday, December 10th, in what will be a crucial match for Barcelona, because if Barcelona win this match against Girona, they will cut the distance between them and the other Catalunya team to 1 point only, since Girona are currently sitting 4 points ahead of Barcelona. Now this match will also be important because today Real Madrid drew against Real Betis 1-1, and since Real Madrid were 4 points ahead of Barcelona, if Barcelona win tomorrow's match, they will only be 2 points behind Real Madrid, which will set fire to the race for the top of La Liga, where they're only going to be 1 point between the top 3 teams of the Spanish league. And speaking of tomorrow's match, it's been reported that Andreas Christensen has came back from Denmark after flying home for the birth of his second son. So he has rejoined training, and he will be available for tomorrow's match against Girona. And this is a great boost for the team since Íñigo Martínez will be out for the rest of the year. Now, one defender who will not be available for selection is Marcos Alonso, who has been ruled out due to a back injury. Now, while we're still talking about the match against Girona, as I reported in yesterday's video, Pablo Torre will not be able to participate because he has a fear clause in his contract that prevents him from playing against Barcelona unless Girona pay a certain sum. And well, now that sum has been revealed, and if Girona want to play Pablo Torre against Barcelona, they will have to pay 300,000 euros. But of course, as of now, the press in Girona are stating that Girona will not be exercising this option because 300,000 to a team as small as Girona is a lot of money, and especially for a player that Girona does not count on too much, such as Pablo Torre. Now, one player who will be available for Girona in tomorrow's match will be Eric Garcia, who does not have a fear clause because his contract was negotiated during the final hours of the summer transfer market. And this was confirmed by Xabi Hernandez himself in a pre-match press conference, where he stated that Eric Garcia will be available to play with Girona against FC Barcelona. Now, speaking of Eric Garcia, it's reported that he could be in Xabi's plans for next season because the Spanish defender has become indispensable for Girona, where he has had impeccable form this whole season, and he has become a very important player for Mitchell, who counts on his ball distribution and also on his ball output. And as such, this loan has been a successful one for Eric Garcia, who's been able to take advantage of all the playing time he's been getting in order to continue growing and developing. Now, the season is still long, and final conclusions have yet to be made on whether Xabi Hernandez will 100% for sure use Eric Garcia next season. But one thing is sure, is that Eric Garcia is definitely moving in the right direction. And speaking of defenders, German media reported today that Bayern Munich's coach Thomas Tuchel met with Ronald Araujo. Now, Bayern Munich have been in the market to reinforce their defense because they've been having some problems with their defensive line, especially since the injury of their main star, Matthijs de Ligt. And Bayern Munich have been linked with Ronald Araujo for quite some time because it's reported that the Bundesliga team are very interested in signing our Uruguayan captain. Well, today the German media were reporting that Thomas Tuchel met with Ronald Araujo in a virtual meeting where Thomas Tuchel informed Ronald Araujo that he is Bayern Munich's #1 target during this winter transfer market or even next summer, and that Bayern Munich are willing to pay whatever they need to pay in order to sign Araujo, and that they're even ready to make Ronald Araujo the most expensive signing in the history of the Bundesliga team. Now, Barcelona's stance is still the same, and that's that Ronald Araujo is not for sale. They consider him an untouchable player. So if Bayern Munich want to take Ronald Araujo, they will have to pay the €1 billion release clause that the player has. And moments after this report of the meeting between Tuchel and Ronald Araujo leaked, Ronald Araujo's entourage immediately denied having any kind of communications with Bayern Munich. Now, Bayern Munich also denied these reports that they had any kind of unofficial talks with Ronald Araujo. So for now, it seems like all this is nothing but a rumor. But again, it's Barcelona's stance that they are not going to sell Ronald Araujo. And Ronald Araujo, in denying this meeting between him and Tuchel, also confirmed his total desire and total commitment to staying in FC Barcelona. Now on to the news that Joan Laporta has given some pretty interesting statements where he made it clear that it's Barcelona's intention to sign both Joao Cancelo and Joao Felix. And he also stated that FC Barcelona will begin negotiations pretty soon for both Portuguese players. Now, Joan Laporta said, Cancelo and Felix have been playing on a high level since they joined. The club will be able to keep them for the coming seasons. We plan to start negotiations for them shortly, and we have good relations with both Manchester City and Atletico de Madrid. Now, Joan Laporta was not the only one to confirm this. Xavi Hernandez, during the pre-match press conference ahead of the match against Jona, was also asked about Joan Laporta's statements, and he said, "What the president said is important, but it is clear that we are both satisfied with Cancelo and Joao Felix. They both make a difference, and I would like to keep them for more than one season. I want both Joaos to continue. I am happy with them, but there are negotiations that do not concern me. This is related to Deco and the boss, although it is early. As a coach, I would be happy to keep them." So both Joan Laporta and Xavi Hernandez expressing their total satisfaction with the both Portuguese players, and Joan Laporta making it clear that it's Barcelona's intention to keep both players and that negotiations will begin soon. And as I reported in yesterday's video, Barcelona have reached an agreement with Joao Felix and his agent Jorge Mendes to follow the same formula that Atletico Madrid followed with Antoine Griezmann, where Joao Felix will insist to leave only to Barcelona in hopes to force Atletico de Madrid's hand to accept Barcelona's offer, because if they don't, they will be stuck with a player that doesn't want to be at Atletico Madrid and a player that El Cholo Simeone does not want on his team, and they're also going to be forced to pay the high salary of Joao Felix. Now, Atletico Madrid have leaked to the press that they will want 80 million euros for the Portuguese player, but of course, Barcelona have no intention of paying that 80 million euros. It's reported that Barcelona would be willing to pay around 40 to 50 million euros for the Portuguese player, and there's even talks that Barcelona might end up taking Joao Felix on another season loan with an obligation to buy, which would give Barcelona more time to clear space on their wage bill and come up with the money for Joao Felix. And it would also give Atletico de Madrid more time to continue amortizing the cost of the player. Now, in regards to Joao Cancelo, the operation will be a bit easier because Manchester City are facing 155 allegations of financial fair play rule violations. So they're gonna be forced to get rid of some players, and since they don't count on Joao Cancelo, that could be one of the players that Manchester City will be getting rid of. And of course, Barcelona will take advantage of the situation to negotiate an agreeable price, which right now they're talking about something around 25 to 30 million euros. And speaking of signing players, Las Palmas president has made some pretty interesting statements about Alberto Moleiro, saying that the Canarian team would be willing to work out some solutions to make the transfer of Alberto Moleiro to Barcelona possible. Now, for those of you who don't know who Alberto Moleiro is, we've talked about him in the past. He's a 20-year-old attacking midfielder who currently plays for Las Palmas, the team where Barcelona signed Pedri from. And in fact, there's a lot of comparisons that goes on in the media between Alberto Moleiro and Pedri, with many media outlets calling Moleiro the new Pedri. Now, Barcelona have been linked with Alberto Moleiro on several occasions in the past, and in fact, Barcelona have tried to sign Alberto Moleiro in the past as well, where there was a lot of conversation, negotiations, meetings, and even Las Palmas president ended up flying to Barcelona to make this transfer happen. But unfortunately, due to financial fair play rule restrictions, this operation fell through and Barcelona were unable to sign Alberto Moleiro. Now today, Las Palmas president said that he would be willing to work out some kind of deal or try to find some kind of solutions to make the transfer of Moleiro to Barcelona happen, because after all, it's the dream of Alberto Moleiro to play for Barcelona, and he has made this dream known on several occasions and in different interviews. Now, Las Palmas president also made it known that there are several clubs in Europe who are currently tracking the player, but again, that he would be willing to reach some kind of solution with Barcelona to make this signing happen. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, Viscarsa.